I remember last year when the Worlds Collide Tour was first announced, and so many people were so excited that they were going to have the chance to be a part of something so special. So I said, okay, cool. I'm going to record hundreds of videos about the Worlds Collide Tour so people could find this channeled. And that's exactly what happened. And you guys saw something special in every video that I would go on to record, because I always wanted to say something nice about your favorite stars, because I admired their strength. I admired their power, how they were experiencing what they were referring to as their power era. It was never a power struggle for many of them. It was a power era where they were kind of coming into their own. I thought that was the coolest thing ever, because Disney had never promoted anything like this. And so many people became stronger. They felt stronger because of Descendants of Zombies and what it offered and what it was all about. And I found time in really appreciating that, because so many people deserve second chances. So many people have always deserved a chance at finding true love, that one person that they could think or see themselves spending the rest of their lives with. That's what made Descendants of Zombies so special for me. So what I wanted to do was I always wanted to say something nice about your favorite stars because of the criticism they had to endure. It really broke my heart what people were saying about Freya and Kylie all the time, and I knew that over 10 million of you on social media loved them with all of your heart because you have these fan sites, you watch all their music videos, you are incredibly supportive of them, and I've always believed that you guys have deserved better. And if I couldn't give you that, then I didn't want to be a part of these conversations at all. It was either go big or go home for me. This YouTube channel has never been monetized, and I don't ever care if it is, because what it's been about is you and how Descendants of Zombies makes you feel. So if Descendants of Zombies is what you want discussed and what you want talked about, what you want to hear nice things about, then I wanted to be that guy to give it to you. Now I know that there are thousands, if never millions, of content creators out there who create shorts, who create TikTok videos, who upload videos every night to YouTube, teaser trailers, prediction videos, although they don't really offer you that much in the way of predictions because nobody knows how to commentate on Descendants of Zombies quite like I do. What I wanted to do was I wanted to cover every aspect of this franchise, from character breakdowns to reviews to predictions to music videos to storylines to characters of the past, to present a nostalgic feel with this YouTube channel so it would attract you to hit my subscribe button and stay here forever, because I knew how to review these franchises. Because I knew how much it meant to you and how much stories that Disney had told over the years, over the last at least 30 years, had meant to me. You know, growing up for the first time ever seeing Simba and Mufasa have the friendship they did as father and son was a beautiful story. Seeing how Woody and Buzz became the best of friends, even though Woody was kind of skeptical on Buzz Lightyear kind of being a toy that showed up from out of nowhere from the galaxy and beyond. That was so cool, and that's the reason why I'll go see Toy Story 5 this summer, because I'm just as excited as all of you. I wanted to be a relatable guy that you knew loved Descendants of Zombies with all of his heart. A voice that you could trust in, that would always say something nice. So that if you spent a lot of money on that Freya Sky hoodie and that you were proud to wear it, I knew that that was so cool, and it felt so cool to be a part of it. Or how you collected every Descendants of Zombies doll that you possibly could, and you proudly put them on display for everybody to see in your videos. You know, I've seen so many people be so passionate about a lot of things, but never something quite as powerful as this. I mean, people have made so many sacrifices to have all these collections of Descendants of Zombies merch, Descendants of Zombies posters. It's really cool. And I've noticed that you guys have proudly put your passions on display, and that's why I found time in appreciating that, because I knew what it was like to collect Gargoyles action figures or collect professional wrestling figures years ago. I know that's a really stupid comparison to make, but it was what I was passionate about, and I followed it. And that's why I've always encouraged you, no matter what anybody thought, I followed my passions. And that's why I've always encouraged you guys that no matter what your passions are, drawing, coloring, collecting Descendants of Zombies merch, wearing that Descendants of Zombies Worlds Collide Tour hoodie or that Freya Sky hoodie or t-shirt that you've never taken off, if that's what makes you feel comfortable in your own skin, then that's what you should do. And you should never let anybody, a critic, a journalist, somebody who may feel differently, take that away from you, because you only ever have so many moments to experience, and time is of the essence. Time is very precious because we never seem to know how much time we have. So if you want to live and die by Descendants of Zombies, then I've never seen anything wrong with that. And I've just wanted to be this relatable voice that would always say something nice about Kylie Control, because seeing what she had to endure really hurt me. And I know it hurt a lot of people out there. So if I was going to review Kylie Control, I was going to say something nice. I had no idea that 65,000 people would subscribe here, but it happened. And people heard my story and people appreciated it. People saw value in the stories that I shared about how I thought Buzz Lightyear was the coolest character ever, to infinity and beyond. I always wanted to be that guy that would say behind the microphone, to infinity and beyond. And then Buzz Lightyear by 1997 had his own animated series where he fought Emperor Zurg. And I thought it would be so cool to be on the Starship Commander and fight alongside Buzz Lightyear. I thought Aladdin having his own TV series in 1994 was so cool. I believe the series lasted from 1994 to 1998 and it had like 55 episodes or something. But it was so cool. I loved sharing my stories about how I was a Disney fan that I could relate to Descendants of Zombies, because everybody who was a cast member of Descendants of Zombies were a Disney fan themselves. You know, no matter how many times we hear Nickelodeon talked about in conversations, you will hear girls like Clarke and Trell always holding on to their dream of wanting to be a Disney girl because that was the biggest dream they ever had. They saw productions like Descendants and High School Musical, and they wanted to be a part of them. So people like me who've been around a lot longer than Clarke and Trell would say to themselves, you know, how can I make this happen for Clarke? I've got, you know, Swing and Entertainment. People obviously know me for having a great reputation, for posting great reviews. How can I make dreams for people like Kylie and Leomani who have dreams of performing on the stage at Madison Square Garden happen for them? And how it happens is when we come together and we say something nice. We give them incentive. We present them with a chance. We present our case of why we're a fan of Descendants of Zombies, why our favorite character was Red, or our favorite character was Bridget. She was really a bubblegum type character that I could never get enough of. And I really found time in appreciating what Bridget's message was. You know, no matter how much bullying you're enduring in high school, no matter what you're going through, everything is going to be okay. And everybody is the same. Everybody is dealing with the same kind of circumstances, but you do find your way out. You do get through it. And that's what's so beautiful about it, is that while life can be very challenging to a lot of people, the message of the Descendants of Zombies cast has always been, no matter how challenging life presents itself for having been, there's always a way out. And there's always a chance, a new opportunity for you to make new friends who will understand you probably better than anybody, and you will stay friends for the rest of your life. Because you do have that emotional support, and you do have answers to every question that you have, even though it seems like you never do, because Descendants of Zombies has always had this habit of leaving us in the dark with so many unanswered questions, and it's forever until we get our questions answered. We do eventually get the answers that we're looking for, like a release window for Descendants 5 or Zombies 5, and having the chance to be a part of something so special, new music and new music videos, and a presentation that Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell have never been a part of. And that's what's going to make Descendants 5 and Zombies 5 so special, the new costumes, the new music, the new storylines, the new characters, because there are far more characters coming into these franchises than ever before. And I'm just so excited to be a part of it. I love the chance of seeing mermaids in this franchise. I love the chance of seeing so many wonderful people being a part of something so special. I've loved the opportunity to bring these stories to life. And I've loved the opportunity to share with you my predictions of where we think we're headed. I would love to see Descendants of Zombies get more opportunities, like have a movie on the big screen or have a new video game released. Because you see all these open world concept video games. I'm playing one now called Crimson Desert. It's a new game on PlayStation 5. And the map is massive. The map is truly masterful. You can go anywhere. There's virtually everything that you can do. And it got me to thinking about how, what if Descendants of Zombies had this open world concept game where you actually play out the storylines of Descendants of Zombies and you could pick any character to role play as. It would be so fun for a lot of people. You know, the day that Jonathan Clarke signs his contract with Disney, you guys will see everything happen for Descendants of Zombies. You guys will see new video games. You guys will see more merch than ever before. I will make a lot of things happen for Descendants of Zombies because, simply put, I've known how much Descendants of Zombies means to all of you, and I've always wanted to be a part of something special with all of you, and Descendants of Zombies gave me the opportunity to be a part of so many incredible things that I felt more than honored to be a part of. We've experienced every emotion in the book. We've experienced so many unforgettable moments from Descendants of Zombies, like the very first moment that Mal and Evie met each other, and they became the best of friends. The friendship of Red and Chloe being put on display and happening for the first time ever, of how they had to deal with the consequences of time travel, and they will continue to play out the consequences of time travel in Descendants 5 with Wonderland. I got to give it to the writers and producers of Descendants of Zombies. As much as I've wanted to be a writer and producer behind Descendants of Zombies, this cast has offered so much, and the writers and producers have really updated the script. They've updated the script, the music, they've updated the costumes, which are very beautiful. I know that a lot of people just kind of talk about the costumes without ever giving much of a chance to anything else, because that's all they can talk about, but the costumes are really beautiful. It makes the characters look very strong. It gives us something to really appreciate and makes it worth it being a fan of Descendants of Zombies by the time the conversation and the story is over. But this story, the way I look at this story is, what we're seeing here with Descendants of Zombies is an expansion. It's never a time. It's never going to be a time where we have to say goodbye. I know that there are people out there that will forever present the argument of how they need to stop making Descendants of Zombies movies. Do you guys have any idea how many people are affected emotionally by Descendants of Zombies? How many people cry every single time they see it? That's what makes it so special, is that you experience every emotion in the book. You laugh, you cry together, you even cry because you're sharing an emotional moment, because that ballad for If Only, Space Between, were beautiful ballads. I think more people felt connected to the stories of Dove Cameron and Sophia Kirsten through hearing those ballads. I know from the first time I heard that duet, Space Between, in Descendants 2, I think it was a beautiful ballad, and I had nothing but nice things to say about it. If I was going to do anything, it was going to be give this a chance. And I wanted to be a part of it with all of you, because I saw something special in these duets. I saw something special in the music. And now, for the first time ever in Descendants Wicked Wonderland, we're going to see Red have her very first ballad. I have no idea what the ballad is going to entail, what the lyrics are going to look like for the first time ever. But again, that's what makes this so unforgettable for so many people, is that we're going to see Red have her first ever ballad, which is really going to go a long way in defining her for the person that she is. And you can rest assured that I will be that one guy who will always come out with love and support for Kylie Cantrell, who will always have something special to say for her because she's deserved it. I know there are people out there that are forever going to criticize her ballad, but I think that there is strength and there is power to experience in this ballad. There is strength and power to experience in Freya Sky. Freya Sky is developing a new fashion sense. She is really coming into her own, and she is feeling stronger than ever before. I have loved being a part of her journey, and I've loved profiling it, and I've loved having these discussions with so many wonderful people that I can never seem to say enough nice things about, because you guys are incredibly supportive of me, and I know for a fact that I wouldn't be here without all of you. So these conversations are always something I've taken great pride in. They are something I've always looked forward to. So when it comes to putting posters on display for you guys and bringing this channel to life, I've loved every moment of it, because there are so many people out there who watch these videos all the time, who take away a lot of inspiration from everything that I've ever recorded, everything that I've ever created, because I've loved creating for years. I've been on YouTube, for those of you who are new here, for a very long time. And I've been a part of every generation of Disney, from the Renaissance era to the newest stars of Disney to what became something so miraculous because of Descendants of Zombies. And now Descendants of Zombies is one of the latest things that I've achieved a great deal of fame for. But that fame that came with being a commentator from Descendants of Zombies and offering commentarial perspectives happened because of all of you. Because you saw something special in a guy who pretty much wore his first pair of jeans that he saw every morning, put them on and pushed record on his YouTube channel and had all his clothes thrown around his room. Because I'm just like all of you. I throw my clothes all around the room. I wear the first pair of jeans and the first shirt I see every morning, and I push record. And I never know how many people are going to hit my subscribe button, are going to hit my like button. But every single time somebody does, they let you know that they love your videos. And they love your videos unconditionally with all of their heart. And that's what makes this channel so special, is that somebody will like your video, and then like your video again, and the video after that, and the video after that. And they will always come back to hear what you've got to say. There are people who have forever been supportive of how I felt about Descendants of Zombies and how Descendants of Zombies makes them feel as a whole. Because of Descendants of Zombies, we made the broken feel alive again. We experienced every emotion in the book. We gave them something to believe in, and it made us feel whole again because of how Descendants of Zombies had this beautiful story to explore, and had more of a story to take a chance on than ever before. All I can tell you guys is that you guys will never ever be forgotten by myself, and you guys will always hold a very special place in my heart for what you did for me and what you did for this YouTube channel. Having said that, thank you so much from my heart to yours for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel, because we are stronger together because of Descendants of Zombies, and I have had so much fun having the chance to create all this relatable content for so many wonderful people. We will do this all over again tonight, just after sunset, which is a conversation that I can hope you will join me for, and a conversation that I'm looking forward to having with all of you. Having said that, thank you so much for holding a very special place in your heart for Descendants of Zombies, and thank you so much for always watching these videos and showing so much incredible love and support for these videos, which is something I can never seem to say thank you enough for. Thank you guys so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time, and as always, thank you so much from my heart to yours for having watched these videos.